So we got the EZAs for the INT CAULIFLA and the TEQ KALE from the World Tournament. We're gonna go ahead and showcase them here on their Universe 6 team. It's just full of CAULIFLA and KALEs, which is good. We love to see that. So we're gonna, of course, test them both together due to the fact that they are, you know, very well runnable together, right? So I'm just gonna go ahead and jump right in and see how good these girls are. So let's go ahead and start with CAULIFLA here, since we got her first. So CAULIFLA here leads Super INT TEQ +3, all stats 120. Not something too humongous, right? Not something huge, right? So we'll take that. Then we got her super attack here. She is greatly stacking defense here, and she is raising attack. So it's a 30% raise in attack, 50% raise in defense, and it's stackable. So you guys can bring these girls into the festival battle, since I know that is a lot of motion there. And then causes supreme damage to the enemy, greatly lowers attack. Then for her passive here, we're getting 160% attack and defense. Per Universe 6 or Peppy Gal's category ally on the team, depending on which category has more members, you get 30% attack and defense and 6% chance to performing a critical hit. Now, we did get the recent Peppy Gal's buffs with Ranfan and Chi-Chi. My god. Anto, I please don't do it. Ranfan and Videl. Why am I confusing those two? I don't know. And, you know, we didn't have a surface for Peppy Gal's characters yet, so now we're here. We're getting the little bit of extra strength with these awakenings. So, in addition to that, when there's an ally whose name includes Kale on the team, we're getting an attack plus 160%, we're getting a 70% chance to dodge, and we're getting an additional super attack coming in. When there's an ally whose name includes Kale attacking in the same turn, we're getting an additional 10% chance to dodge, which is great. From the first turn from the character's entry turn, we're getting an additional 10% chance to dodge, so she can easily be like close to 70% chance to dodge or something like that, depending on which, because we have the full hit potential system for her, just full dodge. For every attack evaded, she gets 30% attack and defense, up to 90%, so we need to dodge at least 3 times. And then, of course, after performing 6 or more attacks in battle, we're launching an additional that has a 70% chance of becoming a super attack, guaranteed. So with her, you know, you have a 70% chance to dodge, then we're getting that extra 10% chance to dodge here with the KO on the same turn, so we're getting an 80% chance to dodge. And then at the beginning of the fight, we're getting a 90% chance to dodge, technically, just at the beginning of the fight. So we'll get started with this rotation here, and then of course we are going to get KO on the next rotation. Sadly though, we don't have KO on this rotation here, so we're not going to get that extra 10% chance to dodge, but I think we're going to be looking good here. So let's see what our girl has to offer here for us. Please dodge. No, okay. That's a lot of damage. The type disadvantage thing is crucial, but you know, we're trying to run them here on the boss rush for the Birth of the Shadow Dragons event, and just gonna make it so that we are in a bit of a comfortable spot here, because this is this is probably her best team. Just the full CAULIFLA and KALE team. Pretty good stuff, right? Alright, so let's see, what do we got here? So 4.6 million. Do keep in mind that she is stacking attack. Granted, it's only 30%, but the more additionals we gain, the better then. There's the additional right there. We do need to do 6 attacks. And also we do need to dodge as well. So now we got the first dodge out of the way. We do need to get 2 more in order for us to advance through her attack and defense buffs that she continues to get after she dodges. So let's move on to our girl Kale once we finish up this rotation here. We are going to have a CAULIFLA alongside her because of the TEQ KALE and CAULIFLA. So that's going to be looking pretty good. So let's go ahead and check Kale real quick. Kale. She has 348k defense now. So it's complete opposite of CAULIFLA. Greatly raising attacks. So she is greatly stacking attack there. Pretty good stuff. And then of course we're raising defense. So it's a 30% raise in defense, 50% raise in attack. And then of course we're causing supreme damage to the enemy and greatly lowering defense. Then We're getting 260% attack and defense. We're getting Universe 6 or Peppy Gal's category allies support here. 2 key attack and defense plus 40%. And Pure Saiyan's category allies are getting support as well. 20% attack and defense. So I'm assuming, because of the Kale and Caulifla being Pure Saiyans, they're also acquiring this support too. I'm assuming, right? When there's an ally whose name includes Caulifla on the team, we're getting extra defense. 160% defense. We have a 70% chance to guard though. So we gotta keep an eye out for that, right? And then we launch an additional super attack. When there's a Caulifla attacking in the same turn, now we're guaranteed to guard, which is good. we do want to have that as a little bit of a backup for like extra defenses and stuff. Then for the first turn from the character sentry turn, we're launching an additional super. We're getting 120% attack and defense when attacking with the 12 or more key. And after performing 6 or more attacks in battle, we're also getting that 70%. We're getting an additional that has a 70% chance to become a super attack, which is pretty good. I haven't given them equips yet. So this is the build that I got for the girls. Mostly dodge base. Just because, you know, we have a meta at the moment where dodge is pretty reliable. And I didn't build these units with the mindset of like, oh, we're gonna run them on the event. You know, eventually they get their ECAs and stuff like that, but, you know. Okay, no dodge here, but we basically die. We took a lot of damage at the beginning of things, so let me go ahead and jump back in. Alright, this time we actually wanted this, where we can run them together. Because we can test it out actually. They don't share all of the links, right? The only thing that we're missing out on, at least for Kale, is solid support, and for Caulifla, we're missing out on prodigies. So let's put her here. We're gonna have the 90% chance to dodge now because we're attacking with a Kale on the team setup. And then of course we will get all these orbs for Kefla. But we will be stacking together. So that is also gonna be pretty good. So there's dodge right there, pretty good. There's another one. 9.6 million. Again, do keep in mind that if we dodge certain attacks, a certain number of attacks, we're getting a bunch of attack and defense here. So almost 10 million. Again, these are stacking characters, so slowly but surely they're going to rack up the attack. So 8.2 million by Kale. Do keep in mind that Kale does stack attack, so her attack stats are gonna go up a lot higher than what Caulifla is going to do. This should be the 70%. Or that hidden potential system, because I just read it, dude. I just read it. Let me see. Yeah, we need to do 6 or more attacks. So we get 2 additional super attacks. The only thing is that one of those is starting for the first turn from the character's entry turn. So we're getting that extra additional super attack. But if we do have a Caulifla on the team, we are definitely getting that extra super attack coming through. So yeah, like of course these girls complement one another, and that has been always the case for the Caulifla and Kale units. Oh, you need to have a Caulifla on the team. You know, it reminds me of the SDR Kale and the TEQ Kaulifla whenever they came out, and these were legitimate options when they were brought into the game. What was it? Yeah, it was last year. They got their Dokkan Awakenings and stuff like that, and now we got their ECAs and stuff. So these guys can be legitimately useful. Of course, slowly but surely. I wouldn't say like, oh yeah, these are the most optimal units to use on an event like this. Go ahead and do this. But yeah, I mean, with some of the biggest upgrades that we got for this team, right? We got the ECA for the TEQ KALE and Caulifla, which are pretty great on their own right. You know, stacking characters are always good. Then we also have the LR Caulifla plus KO, which are units that we don't mostly use nowadays, due to the fact that this team does need a bit of a shape up. Now with these characters, right? You know, 1 million defense right there. This is our second turn. And we are still not as fully built up as we would want to. These characters are very good on their own right. We just need to go into the event that they need to go to, right? Their correct event. Because if we jump into an event where we're like, oh, well, these girls can't dodge. They're not going to be able to get the right amount of stacks as possible. Then you're not going to get too much out of them. So using them on the right setup with the right teams, the right characters and stuff like that, you're going to be looking pretty good. And then of course, again, due to the fact that these characters stack, they are meant to like be ran on events that I really don't want to run, like the festival battles. Those are legitimate options, right? These characters are now able to go ahead and start stacking attack and start stacking defense, which could be pretty good. And especially on an event that takes you 2 to 3 hours and then them fully stacking like that, you're gonna be in a good spot, I feel. I'm gonna take a sip of my coffee. If I wasn't drinking coffee, I would be drinking gamer soaps, which you can get right here in the link in the description. 10% off your purchase. Let's continue. So yeah, these are proper legitimate options. I see them, they're pretty good. They're stacking attack and defense, which is very nice to have. They're dodging as well. Now we only need one more dodge from CAULIFLA so she can get her 90% attack and defense build up. And then of course, once we do 6 or more attacks, which again, they have a built-in additional due to the fact that we're running out CAULIFLA and KALE alongside them. Like, since we're running them together, it's so complementary because, oh, you're gonna get attack and you're gonna get an additional defense buff. You're gonna get the chances of guarding or just a full guard because they're ran on the same turn, and you're going to get an additional super because there's another CAULIFLA on the team. This is from KALE's side, but on CAULIFLA's side of things, I'm getting an extra attack buff. I'm getting chances of dodging as well. I'm getting a guaranteed extra 10% chance to dodge because you're in the same turn as me, and I'm getting an additional super attack, which again helps out a lot in terms of the stacking ability. So these two are like the yin and the yang. They're very complementary to one another. Okay, we got Seal, that's fine. We're running these two girls. They're dominating. Look at this. 1.8 million defense. Of course, do keep in mind that she is greatly stacking defense. Meanwhile, KALE's is a little bit lower due to the fact that she doesn't get as many defenses as CAULIFLA does. Because CAULIFLA, she's getting attack and defense every single time she dodges, up to 3 times. So we're seeing here she has dodged 4 times, so we are fully built up in that 90% attack and defense. And then we're also getting an extra attack and defense per Universe 6 or Peppy Gauss category ally on the team. So that's what, 5 or 6 if we count the friend. I don't think we can count them. So that's 150% attack and defense there. We're getting a ton of attack and defense right here due to just the complementary abilities to have. Oh, you have a Universe 6 or Peppy Gauss category ally on the team? Boom, we're good. 12 million right here. Of course, again, in terms of attack, she's not going to be doing so crazy because she's slowly but surely trying to get those options there. She is getting a chance, like a pretty high chance to critting because of, you know, we're getting that 6% chance to crit per Universe 6 or Peppy Gauss category ally on the team. And I have her with no crit on her hidden potential system. So that's pretty good. That's pretty good there. And then, of course, 12 million by the girl KALE. She does need to do some additional attacks here. So now we should have the guaranteed additional coming through. Well, the guaranteed additional that has a chance of becoming a super. There it is. Because we've done the 6 or more attacks in battle. All right, let's see. Are we tanking this or are we dying to this? No, that's good. Again, we're guarding. We're getting damage with... Well, we're not getting damage with Electron at all with these girls. But we're guarding. We're getting some extra defenses on her passive as well. Again, that bulk 160% defense is pretty nice. The only thing that I really like about KALE a little bit more than CAULIFLA might be the support that she's providing to the team. Like, she's providing 2 key 40% attack and defense to Universe 6 or Peppy Gauss, and then she's also providing Pure Saiyans category allies 20% attack and defense. So that's a total of 60% attack and defense for like CAULIFLA, KALE, characters like that. So now let's go ahead and do this active skill from CAULIFLA, which is going to help us out because Universe 6 category allies are going to get an extra buff, 16% attack and defense in battle. So let's go ahead and play it.
組んだら全宇宙で最強です。ケールとカリフラでケフラ。
Alright, let's go. Got the full power of Universe 6 right here on this team setup. I love it, man. Whenever we get the opportunity to run the Universe 6 team, it's just so good. So, of course, I can be able to use Caulifla again from the Carnival LRs because they're pretty good, man. I love these. I love to use the Universe 6 rolls. They're always so wonderful to use. I know they're unique in their own way, right? They like to dodge a lot. They like to do certain auto options right here and there, but you know, these girls are tremendous, man. Whenever I get the opportunity and the chances to run in these girls, it's always very, very nice to have. And then of course on the next turn we're gonna see some substantial amount of buffs here due to getting this active skill. We could use the friend active skill as well, so that's gonna be an additional 16% attack and defense support, which again it's also gonna be very nice to have. So let's go. Again, legitimate option here. If you were able to like pull the Caulifla and Kale unit during their initial banner, if you guys had the option to get these girls, again, those are pretty legitimate options that you can use here. All right, so let me just check. You know, we gotta make sure that we can dodge and all that. All right, so we're at 3 million defense on Caulifla, huh? Is that good? Is that good, champ? Alright, let's save some orbs for the STR Kefla there at the end. But yeah, let me know down in the comments below what you guys think. Of course, these girls are very similar. And certain aspects, you know, Caulifla is going to get additional attack because, you know, she doesn't have a lot. But Kale is going to be complementing her with attack here. 17 million here, and again we're building up on defense, man, and they're building up pretty steadily. And we're on turn 7. Typically whenever we go into like the again dreaded Festival of Battles, I don't like to talk about it, but if we go there, the build up that we had for characters like Vegito, Gogeta, things like that is usually a lot slower. Meanwhile, these girls, they're at 3 million defense right now. So that's not bad. We got this. That's pretty good. But yeah, of course, very, very good characters. I love them. I don't think there's too much to add here. They're pretty nice. Let's see if we're tanking this. Yeah, double digits. And this is a legitimate, you know, boss rush. This recently came out during the global Dokkan campaign. So I think we're looking spiffy here, right? We're looking good. So we'll do one more turn. Of course, we're gonna get the support from the Caulifla and Kale, the active skill. We're gonna do the same active skill, so that way we continue overflowing this team with support, and we're gonna have the turn with the Caulifla and Kale showing up once more and seeing how good they look. Actually, I don't know if they have a KO screen, sadly. So let's go ahead. I'm gonna skip the animation here so that way we speed up the process of the video, because it's right now we're getting to that 20-minute mark. Oh, they didn't kill me. Why didn't they do that? All right, that's fine. But yeah, 16% attack and defense. Some additional support here, not bad, right? I don't care about the Dokkan attack. Let's just get it over with so we can show the beautiful girls and their amazing support here. But they are looking very, very good. I like these girls. They're very awesome to run. They're very intriguing, right? But it's basically all there is to it. Like they love to stack attack and defense. They love to do all those shenanigans. So it's simple, yet it's so good. So let's see how they're looking right here. Almost 5 million defense from Caulifla. And 1.5 million defense here from Kale. Again, Kale does slowly but surely stack attack and defense because it's only 30% that she's getting. But it's still good, man. 30% defense stacking with guard. Got some extra defenses here and there. We're providing support to the team. I mean, to the rotation technically, but still. 20 million super. And again, she's greatly stacking attacks, so her attack stats is going to be looking in pretty nicely here. 22 million. Can we get the hidden potential system additional? Oh, okay, that's fine. These are guaranteed to hit, so yeah, double digits. That's good. 20 million here by CAULIFLA. That's very nice. I like it. All right. I mean, what can I say? What can I say that has already been said? Like, these girls are really, really good. They're very strong. Again, stacking is a very strong ability, so I would definitely take that. Yeah, the only thing, of course, is that, you know, finishing this fight is going to be dependent on the LRs that we have here. Or, you know, the ECA for CAULIFLA and Kale that goes into Kefla, the ECA for STR Kefla. Those characters do need to pull their weight here in order for them to do mostly the amount of damage that we need to do in order for us to take down these bosses, because now the bosses are rounding around like over 500 million HP or more. So getting those attack stats to be like higher and higher, of course that benefits Kale because she's greatly stacking attack, and that's going to help us out in order for us to do some really, really good damage. And differences between that and, of course, like characters like the CAULIFLA and Kale, who do get some pretty nice attack buffs. Kale is a pretty strong juggernaut, but we do need to have her with the 23 orbs, so that can help her out too, right? Okay, well, the game said, you know what? You've been talking a lot, so let's wrap it up here. I mean, they can signify the end of the video, right? But yeah, dude, I like these girls. They're so good. Of course, stacking, dodging, getting those extra additionals is also pretty good. I like Kale because she's providing support to the team. Pretty nice stuff there. So not bad at all. So I like them. I like them a lot. But yeah, do let me know down in the comments below, what do you guys think about the INT ECA, CAULIFLA, and TEQ KALE. Of course, this is from the World Tournament. So these are characters that you can obtain for free if you grind the World Tournament. I believe you can get some additional characters if you do summon on the SSR guaranteed tickets, because they are featured there. So you can be able to get some more and be able to get them rainbowed and stuff like that. But pretty good stuff. I like them. I like them a lot. So let me know down in the comments below what you guys think of the Universe 6 sort of buffs that we got here, the TEQ KALE and the INT CAULIFLA. Hopefully you guys enjoyed the video. Make sure you guys hit the like button, subscribe, comment down below what your thoughts are about these girls. Get yourself some gamer subs, use code RADOK and get 10% off your purchase. And I appreciate you guys for getting us to 1,700 subscribers, man. It's been so good, and hopefully we can continue the journey. I doubted that we can get by 2,000 by the end of the year, but hey, a man can dream, right? Hopefully you guys enjoyed the video. Make sure you guys hit the like button and subscribe. Let me know down in the comments below your thoughts on the Universe 6 girls, and I'll see you guys all in the next video.